Okay. You can see that. That's pretty pink, right? I'm not gonna... This feels like not really cooked at all. That's kind of sad. I'll put it on this side. The heck? Are you hearing that? What's up, everyone? How's it going? It's your everyday foodie here, Sarah Vana, back with another mukbang. And today, yes, I know once again we're having McDonald's, but I feel like this one in particular is very fitting for today's mukbang. So what it is that McDonald's here in the US has come out with items from around the world or globally that are present not here in the US but internationally. So right here we have the McExtreme bacon burger from Spain, and what's on it is some onions and their special sauce, some super crispy bacon right there, a very meaty patty, if you can see, super meaty patty, and then Gouda cheese. And then right here we have from Canada, I believe, yes, from Canada, is this nice potato looking bun, which I love those kind of buns, with some crispy chicken patty, lettuce, tomatoes, and some mozzarella cheese. Then right here, which I've had before, but apparently it's an Australian item from Australia's menu. Did not know that, but we have the cheesy bacon fries, which I've already had before. And then back here is the McFlurry, which is their Stroopwaffel McFlurry, which I've had some of this in the car on the way. So good. So good. So this is from the Netherlands, the Stroopwafel. But yeah, all in all, that's all the items here. Let me know if you're from these regions. Let me know if these items are actually on your menu or they're currently have always been on your menu and not something that's new. So without further ado, let's dig in. All right, I'm excited to try this one out. This one looks really good. The bacon's super crispy looking. The onions. That Gouda cheese is kind of looking a little flimsy and not too melty, but I don't know if Gouda cheese really melts that well. So, anywho, let's try this out. That's really good. Yep, that's Gouda cheese. That's yummy. Get some of these. I've had these before. They've been on our menu before they even announced any of this like global menu. These are already bomb. Let's dig into this right here. Just want to give it a try everything first. This looks pretty standard right here. Yeah, so let me know if you're from this region, from Spain, Canada, Australia, and the Netherlands, if these items are on your menu. I wasn't anticipating on doing this one, or like doing McDonald's in such a long time, but for those of you that didn't know, I was in Europe for about a week and a half. Now, I just got back this week. And then as soon as I get back, I see that McDonald's has released a global menu. I was like, oh, that's so perfect. Like, I just came back from being internationally, and now they have a global menu with international items. So I thought, why not? I know McDonald's is a little bit overkill, but I wanted to try it out. So, I guess I'll give you an update of like how my whole trip was. First off, I want to say that I did try and vlog. Tried is the key word. If you've never vlogged before, dude, it's so hard. Like, I don't know what to say, what to vlog to make it interesting. And also, it's a little bit awkward, like, holding up a camera and just talking to it, and then trying to ignore people around you that are staring at you and stuff. And then sometimes you'll have people that like get in the frame and try to like smile and stuff like this or whatever. There's a little learning curve in trying to ignore, what's going on around you and just focus on the camera. Like for this, like, it's a different aspect of me talking to you, and there's really no one around me. There's no distractions or anything. But when you're out there, there's just a bunch of distractions. So and after that, it was raining here and there, so it was hard for me to take my camera out, record, put it back in, take it back out when it's raining or not raining and stuff like that. So that's why it's a little bit difficult. But aside that, I did record a couple mukbangs, or places that would let me, and if I didn't feel too lazy to take my camera out and stuff like that. But all in all, so let's start off from the very beginning. So, also this patty kind of seems like not fully cooked through, which is like weird for McDonald's because usually they have it cooked through fully, but oh well, we'll see. Okay. You can see that. That's pretty pink, right? This feels like not really cooked at all. That's kind of sad. I'm just gonna eat. Oh, this is like a bummer, huh? Oh. As good as this is, I'll put it on this side. The heck? Are you hearing that? Those loud crunches? I don't know what that is. And also, like, it's pretty dang pink inside. And normally, when I go to places and get burgers, I'm just eating the bacon off of it. When I get burgers, I ask for medium rare. But I don't trust not fully cooked or well done burgers from McDonald's. I don't know why, I just don't trust it. So I've already consumed enough uncooked meat from this McDonald's place right now. So we're gonna let it sit for now. That is weird. Okay, anywho. That's unfortunate that I have to let the rest of this go to waste, but looking out for my health here. I'm not trying to get sick from anything from uncooked or raw beef, especially from McDonald's itself. Any other place I'll trust it because it's intended to be cooked that way, but this I don't know. Plus, it looks beyond like not fully cooked, so not trying to deal with that. But anyways, my trip. So we flew into France and we pretty much stayed in France the whole time. because one, my brother and I kind of planned this trip a little bit late. So we weren't able to plan out fully everything that we wanted to do, because originally we wanted to go to Dublin, and then from Dublin go to London, and from London go to France, and then from France it's to Brussels, to Amsterdam, and back. That would have been a solid like 2-week trip. But just because we planned it so late, prices were high, and it was just a lot of jumping around. So we're like, you know what? Let's pick one place and make a small side trip. We're gonna do Brussels to Amsterdam, but ended up just doing Brussels because, once again, like, we planned it late, so the prices were a little high to go all the way to Amsterdam as well. So flew into France and went to Paris. We did all the touristy stuff there. The Louvre, the Eiffel Tower. There's another place that I don't know how to say the name, so I'm not going to say it. But it's a huge, like cathedral looking thing. I mean, obviously there's the Cathedral of Notre Dame, right? But there's another like big building. I forget what it's called. Well, I know what it's called. I'll put the name up here somewhere. I just don't want to mispronounce it. I think it was like Sacré Coeur or something like that, I believe the name is. But that was really cool. What else did we do? Yeah, that was pretty much like the big... Oh, we did the Arc de Triomphe. Saw that. Palace of Versailles. We went to Palace of Versailles. Out of all the touristy things, Palace of Versailles is amazing. And it's not even the palace itself. It's the garden. How immense, how vast the land is, and how well decorated and very intricate the whole, like, garden is. Like, when you think of garden, you think of, like, flowers, this and that. Like, it's way beyond just garden, like, flowers. There's ponds, lakes, multiple ponds and lakes, and like mazes and mazes of trees and fern and everything over there. It's massive. And it's so beautiful. But that was my favorite out of all of them. And so we went and did that. That day itself, on my app phone, it has like the fitness tracker on there, and it says that we did a total of about 16 miles that day. And the only thing we did that day was the Palace of Versailles. So walking to the station to go to the Palace of Versailles, going around and then back, 16 miles. Crazy. So that gives you an idea of how immense that place is, how big that place is. But then that kind of took us 4 days out of our 10 days there. And then for 2 days we went out to Brussels. And Brussels, I don't know. I had this idea of what Brussels was in my mind, and it didn't necessarily meet the standard of what I thought it was, because I was like, oh, like, you know, they have like, it's called Mencken Piss, which is like the famous pissing kid that's out there. He's peeing, and I think you've seen like statues and everything as replicas of it everywhere else. They also have Atonium, or the big atom sculpture that's out there, and Mini Europe. So they have some cool attractions there, but in my mind, I just pictured it so much more elaborate. but it was a little underwhelming when I was there. Like, unfortunately, it was a little underwhelming. But while we were there, there's also a huge soccer game that was going on, or some of you call football, between Belgium and Scotland. So that one day, that was really cool because like you saw a bunch of people from everywhere, chants, songs. It was crowded. It was really cool. The unfortunate thing was that it was raining a lot of the time too when we were there in Brussels. So we couldn't do as much as we wanted to. But I would say the good thing about Brussels that I really enjoyed was the food. If it's not for the attractions and things like that, the food is top notch. I had Belgian waffles, authentic Belgian waffles for the first time. Dude, nothing compares. I don't know like what we call Belgian waffles here in the States or elsewhere in the countries, but the authentic Belgian waffles is like next level good. They're not heavy. They're not dense. They're like crispy on the outside, like perfect crisp on the outside, super airy and fluffy on the inside. Like, I will never find those anywhere else, I think, other than Belgium, because those were perfect. And then we got chocolate from there, which is also like, I'm not a big chocolate person, but you can really tell the quality of chocolate there. And then another thing is like my favorite type of beer is Belgian beer. Always has been and always will be from this point on too. And my brother and I tried different types from Belgian beers there. Oh, it's so good. And getting it from there, it's less bitter because it's not imported or anything, so you don't get the, the taintedness, right? I don't know if that's the right word to use, but like you don't get a different flavor profile. You get it straight from where it is, right? Like, if you ever have drinks from your local area, it always tastes very smooth, right? Unless it's intended to be like bitter or whatever. But these ones, no bitteriness, no nothing. It was super smooth, super delicious. So those are the good things. And we had also mussels and fries, which is also a delicacy there. So the food scene, top notch out there. And then we came back to France after that. And once we came back, we had pretty much finished up all the sightseeing and touristy things. So literally, like, which I felt was the best thing ever, was being able to just sit down, relax, and enjoy the place as a local. You spend so much time going around doing touristy stuff, seeing this, doing that, that you don't get enough time to kind of sit down and relax and take in the view as like if you were living there. And I tell you guys, like, after I was being able to do that, I like seriously want to move to Paris. I don't know what it is about it, but like the culture, the people, the language, the vibe, it was amazing. It was just amazing. And being able to experience all that from like a local view instead of a touristy view, meaning like we went to like this canal area, right? There's like breweries and food areas and everything there, and everyone's just like hanging out, chilling, having a drink, food and everything. casually, nothing too like crazy. Just enjoying the day. And everywhere you went, it was just very like low key like that. Sorry, I have something in my mouth that's bothering me. Okay. Super low key like that. And I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know if it was just because that week they were there, but like I felt that same vibe the whole time we were there. The whole week that we were there. That's the vibe I got. You know, it's not just like one particular day. I'm like, oh, like this day, like people are super courteous and nice and down to earth or whatever. But it was like every single day. It was perfect. And so just being able to relax, walk around freely with like nothing really to do, you know? We've gone to see it like the last couple days that we're there. We're just there just to enjoy our time, eat, relax, stroll around like with no obligations of needing to go see this or go eat that and do this and that, you know? Because even when we finished up the sightseeing stuff, we still had to go to get some food. Like, we got to hit up this food place. We got to go to that food place. Once that was all done, just chilled out. Perfect. But I have to say, my friend recommended me this one place to go over there in France, or in Paris specifically. And it's called Daisy Road, which is an Indian restaurant. And if you're following me on my Instagram and my Snapchat, you would have seen that I posted about it. And I kid you not, that was the best Indian food I've ever had. I'm sorry, Mom, but like that was amazing. The spices, the balance of everything was just like spot on. There was nothing that was too buttery, nothing that was too salty or unsalty, nothing that was overly spicy. I don't think anything was really spicy at all, which is good, but it was very well spiced. Normally when I have Indian food, I am stuffed to the brim. I feel overly full and just saturated with fats and this and that. You know, it's like really, really heavy. But this was not heavy at all. It was filling, but I didn't feel like I needed like a huge nap to cure everything. I was ready to go. The best I've ever had, hands down. But yeah, that was my Europe trip in a nutshell. I'll take a look at my footage from my vlogs that I did. It's quite pathetic, but I'll get better at it. And I'll see what I can put together. You know, it's not that great just because it's my first time trying it out. And yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, if you enjoyed this mukbang, please go down below and smash that thumbs up button. And if you're new to my channel and have yet to subscribe, also go down below and hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon next to it to be notified when I'm posting my next video. And with that, as always, I hope all of you have a wonderful day and a beautiful week. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Peace.